Good morning. We're here at Community Park. We're back for another episode of Inside Argos. Yeah. I'm here with Leslie Williams, and we have a new guest today, Doug Middleton.
Hi, Doug.
Hello.
We're here to bring you some updates and talk about a few things going on in town. How have you guys been?
Pretty good.
Good.
Great.
Better now that I'm here.
The sun is shining. It is a nice, beautiful morning. We're here in Community Park. Some of the amenities here I know are just amazing. Playground. One question I know that we've gotten, and Doug will put a little bit more emphasis on this, but is the splash pad.
Ooh.
You know, it's the 1st of May, and everybody always asks, when's it going to open? Every year, it's pretty much the same.
When I say so.
There you go, when Doug says so.
We usually try to get that open by
Memorial Day. Yep. So most people, I know the weather seems good, but we always try to wait just about when school gets out. That's about the time people will start using it. So the bathrooms at Memorial Park have been open, or at Community Park have been open.
Yep.
Yeah. So the bathrooms
Parker
are
Park's
open. So, all right.
So
well, everything here looks like it's up and going, and they had soccer last night, so that's just great.
Perfect.
A couple things to go over coming up this coming weekend. Saturday, May 10th, the Argos Volunteer Firemen will have their annual fish and chicken fry. That's going to be held at the school in the cafeteria. There is dine-in and carry-out. They are pre-selling some tickets, but you can buy them at the door. You can see any firemen to get those.
What time is it?
It is from 4 to 7.
Perfect. Dinner time.
Better be
It is
there
dinner
closer
time.
to 4 than 7.
That could be.
If I remember my days from the fire department,
In case they get
be
there
there
and run
early,
out.
stay late.
So,
Stay late.
Don't
yes.
show up late and leave early.
Yeah. So later in the month, we're going to have on Memorial Day, they'll have their annual Memorial Day service parade. So that'll start at the Legion like normal, and we'll go to Memorial Park. I believe it's 9:30, but we'll try to clarify that and get that posted here shortly, just so everybody knows. A new event starting later this month, the last Saturday, something they're going to try this summer. They're going to call it Live at the Depot.
Ooh.
So the last Saturday of the month for May, June, July, and I believe September. I know the first 3, but they're going to have live music down there at the depot. They're
Can you have alcohol?
going to have the restaurants. They are having it open. You can bring your own alcohol.
I'll be there.
You could bring your own food. If not, one of the restaurants downtown, you can purchase food. There will not be any food trucks yet at this event. They're kind of trying this. They want you to support the restaurants, or you're more than welcome to bring your own food. This first one, the group, I believe the name of this is the Sandburrs. Regardless of the name, basically I was told it's, if you remember back, Dr. Sanders, it's going to be her sons performing. So they're from here. They played at the break room. I guess it's
Boys.
good. The Sanders Boys. Good music to hear. So if you've not heard them, it will be that night. And you'll see advertisements coming out about that on our Facebook page and probably our website on the calendar of events. Probably the app will release that. So
If I remember right, one of those boys sang in the Purdue choir. Correct?
Glee Club. Yep.
Glee Club, yep.
Wow.
They did. So
Wow.
the last thing before we get out of this first segment here, because after we come back, we're going to talk about some projects coming up. That's why Doug's here. He likes to talk to us.
Work going on everywhere. Construction everywhere. South
We are-
of town,
It's that
north of
We are
town, in the
happening.
park.
So, one announcement that we've heard in the last week to week and a half that we have not released yet, and I don't know if the school has, but it is out there because they sent it out. They did hire a new school superintendent. Carrie Johnson, who was the elementary principal, was promoted to superintendent. Ned Spiker is going to stay on for that first year or so as a consultant. So they do have that position filled. Mrs. Hayes, who was high school, I believe she taught science, one of the teachers and did some dean of student work. She's actually become the elementary principal. So they've got some changes over there. Excited to see them. I know Mr. Spiker was ready to retire, and I don't blame him. So
I'm
hopefully
ready.
moving forward,
Yeah.
Carrie will do a great
He's
job.
been here a while.
So,
That's good. We
Yep.
like them when they're here.
so
That was one of my better hires when I was on that board.
there you go. Doug's going to take credit. I don't blame him. He was there for a while. We'll let him take that joy. I don't know if that's always joy in those jobs, but so one other thing, we still have the comp plan survey going on. It's out there. If you get on our Facebook page, on our website, the address to take that survey is there. Please take that. That's the information we try to compile our comprehensive plan with. We're not looking at every Joe Blow that has all those negative comments. We're just trying to find the information so we can move forward. Please give us constructive information. We just this is what we use to try to grow. So
You want to know what you want.
we do. So, well, I think we'll take a break, and after this break, we'll come back and talk about some projects in Argos. We'll see you in a minute.
In every community, there are people who pitch in when it counts. Here, that's our volunteer firefighters. We're looking for more volunteers to join us. No experience? No problem. We'll teach you everything you need to know. You'll gain new skills, meet great people, and have the chance to help your neighbors when they need it most. It's not just about emergencies. We're part of the community in so many ways. Parades, events, school visits, you name it. And the best part, you become part of a really supportive team. We look out for each other and have a lot of fun along the way. If you ever thought about giving back, now's a great time. Stop by the town clerk's office or give us a call to learn more. We'd love to meet you.
And we're back.
We got to restart
Sorry
that.
about that. Let me take care
Doug,
of that.
your phone's
before it
going
happens.
on. You go ahead. I'm gonna mention
I'm just
a
gonna
project
check it
that
for
we're
a
going to
second,
talk
make
about.
sure it's not the boss. And
The 31 and 10 project is still in the engineering phase. They're still working on that. That still has a year, what they call a program year of 2028. So I only wanted to bring this up again. Here in a later episode, we're going to try to touch on this a little bit more, maybe show you some designs that they've pushed forward and had us look at. But that will be coming out. That project still is moving forward. Still a lot of information in that area, where intersections will be, where roundabouts will be, those type of things. But we will get to that. Doug, you travel that intersection almost every day. What's your thoughts?
The plans that I have seen, there are some very good positives about it. There are a couple of them that, they're outside the box a little bit. But all in all, I think they've got 3, maybe 4 plans that are going to work really nice. So it's time. It's taken a long time. When it's done, it'll be nice. I'm
It
sure.
will. Yep.
So,
and it's always the
and it
headache
will-
of going through construction that
Yeah.
is the downfall. But once it is done, I think we will all be happy. So speaking of growth and development, as you had just said at the break, there's growth going on everywhere in Argos.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
So we've got houses going up, sequels adding on. We've just added a new business on Dewey.
You took all my lines, and I got nothing.
Oh, you will, because what I'm going to say is, in the midst of all that construction and growth, we might as well, what did you say during break? Throw what?
Might as well throw our road construction in
Road
there at the
construction,
same.
yes.
Yeah, you
It
know,
is that
the
time of year.
season of the
Orange
cones.
The Indiana flower,
Indiana
yes.
flower, yep. So that's what we're going to talk about today is some roads we're going to have construction going on, and give you a little heads up to where things are going to be happening, and some water issues that we're trying to get rid of.
Okay. So where is it? Speaking of roads, you have a list?
I have a list.
You have a list. Awesome.
Look, you
The
came
list. You
prepared.
probably can't see that.
Much better
Yep.
than us.
So
Yeah, you're more prepared. We like that.
Absolutely.
we'll start out here on our first one. We'll just go page 3 of 19.
Ooh.
Indiana Avenue from State Road 10 to Clinton. That's going to get repaved. That'll get some drainage put on at Westview Court where the water sets in those 2 corners. They'll put some catch basins in there. There'll be a little bit of curb work on there. That curb's in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of curb work. And I believe we're getting estimates on sidewalk going from the paved community park walkway up to Clinton Street.
Yeah, so part of that project we had dealt with Jamie and worked on with sidewalks
Yep.
for.
There's
and our goal is to do all of Indiana Avenue at some point. We have some obstacles we're trying to work through, but this will get that, as Doug stated, from State Road 10 to Clinton Street. Those will be on the north side of the roadway.
Yep, north road.
The problem we're running into to continue from there, we almost need to jump over to the south side to continue, but
Yeah.
we're working on where those are going to go. And
We're trying
in the near
to-
future, hopefully, we'll have some sidewalks along that whole path.
Yep. We're trying to minimize the amount of trees that we're going to destroy, remove, however you want to say that.
Yep.
So there'll be a couple, I think there's 3 or 4 of them that come down there, unfortunately, but you can plant new ones. They'll grow. It takes a while to get there, but
Away
you know,
from the terrace
sidewalk,
and away from the
terrace.
right of way.
Yep.
Yes, that would be great.
Yep.
So that's one of them. So folks that travel off of 10 on Indiana Avenue, most of this work's going to start in June, 1st of June,
Okay.
to get that, and it
Good
should be
heads up.
done.
Thank you.
They have 180 days after they start, but a lot of these roads, we've told them that school, so it needs to be done before school.
So a lot of these roads, like Indiana Avenue, some of these roads are just kind of like, what do you call it, a mill and fill could be, per se.
Yep.
This road, you're talking about some drainage. So this road will actually be, I'm assuming, shut off at some point to a degree?
Yep. This will,
Okay.
I'm not sure how we're going to deal with the Westview Court in and out there for a little bit, but there'll be a day or two of
That they'll be able to somehow get around one way.
Yep.
But to through traffic, we're going to shut it down.
There'll be patience.
Okay.
Just be patient with that. It'll be worth the wait. This road will also, this gets a full depth, so it will have new asphalt from the base up. So that'll be about 6 inches of asphalt in there.
And I know
so
that water stands there in that road. You can see it deteriorating the road. So.
Yep.
Okay. Where are we going to next?
Our next road will be, this has been a question for a long time. Is it North Maple Avenue? Is it North Maple Street?
Ooh.
You're the
I think
street
it's
guy. What do you want it to be?
I always said, I think all the signs say Maple Street, but but GIS says that it's Maple Avenue.
I
So,
always thought it was Avenue.
so
I thought it was street. Well, I guess we're all at
I
a
guess you
standstill.
we'll just say North Maple.
North
Leave it at
Maple.
that.
There we go. How about Maple Drive?
Nah, it can't be a drive. Drives don't really take you anywhere.
Okay.
They're just
Boulevard.
kind of in and out. Boulevard, yeah, we'll just call it street. Anyway, State Road 10 to Smith Street. So basically, if you're familiar with Joe Stone, from Joe Stone's house down to Smith Street. That's going to get completely tore out, new curbs, some new sidewalk down through there. It's going to go into Fremont. It's going to get new storm drainage all through there. So that road's going to be a big undertaking.
Okay.
Again, that'll be another full depth, so that will be probably 12 inches of stone, 4 inches of base coat, and 2 inches of top coat, basically.
Where's that one again?
That is on Maple Street, North Maple Street, from Walnut Street, State Road 10, to Smith Street.
Okay.
The alley there.
Okay.
The alley that's a street.
Yeah.
So north from Walnut Street.
Yep,
10.
so-
Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
And along with those new sidewalks, there'll also be new approaches to the driveways. along
Driveway
there.
approaches,
So
yep,
anytime
they'll
we
redo
can,
those.
anytime we're doing a sidewalk in an area and an approach, we try to get those concreted in. So those are all concrete to match the sidewalks.
Perfect.
The next one, make sure that's not Grove Street.
Grove Street.
Grove Street's going to be a big undertaking. That's probably the biggest one we have. We're kind of doing blocks to
Okay.
take care of issues, and we've done a lot of the major roads and done them full width, full length. Now we're starting to do some short fill
Okay.
in
Yep.
spots. But Grove Street will go from State Road 10 all the way to Marshall Street, 16th Road, depending on which side you live on.
So this is North Grove. We're going
North
to go
Grove,
from
yep.
North Grove, so from
South
State
Grove's
Road
done.
10 to Marshall.
Yep. There'll be new sidewalks, new approaches to all the driveways, new approaches to the alleys. This will not be curbed. It's not curbed now, but it will be a full depth, new limestone, new base coat, new top coat. That's probably our biggest
Big project.
That's a big project
That
there.
is.
There's a little bit of drainage going on down. We're adding some catch basins down in Fremont.
Okay.
There's a couple
Yep.
catch basins there now because we don't have a good way to pump water from one side of the railroad tracks to the other. But that area is an area that if we can ever get a pump system or
And we've
or
looked
drainage
at,
cities,
and there's some
depending on-
spots in town we know that we don't have storm sewer system in some spots.
But this will
And
give
we've
us
looked at some
more.
grants and stuff to try to get. And at some point, I'm sure we'll be able to accomplish that. But
Yep. Dry wells is the answer for that area right at the moment, just because that's the best answer anybody's got. Sidewalks will end at Plum Street
Okay.
to carry on at a later date on north up to Marshall. So they're on Plum Street where
It'll connect there on the south
you
side.
can cross the road and then take the sidewalk back to the west, back into town. So there's getting an established loop around the town on the walking.
Okay.
Wow.
And then our next big one is probably going Railroad Street off of 10 to Fremont.
Okay.
That's just a quick mill and fill, so they'll only be in there
Off
for.
of 10 to Fremont. Oh, is that Railroad or is that Washington Street?
Nope. Washington would be the one to the west. Railroad's right there off the old lumber yard.
Okay, so
driveway
this is
entrance.
on the
right
on
next
the
to the railroad
south. Yep.
tracks. I think we're the only town that has railroads on one side of the railroad and one side on the other with two-way traffic. So you're Railroad Street, but you don't know if you're on which side of the railroad tracks. So thus it's Railroad Street. That's just an easy mill and fill there. Take off 2 inches, put 2 inches back on.
Okay.
First Street between Plum and Church.
Okay.
First Street.
Short section there, but
Yeah, it's a short section. Get some new piping, get some new catch basins. We have off-street parking. We're going to go curb to curb, new sidewalks through that area. All of our sidewalks, I think, are going to either 4 or 5 foot.
probably 5.
I think
Tried
5
to do
foot. That way
5,
you got plenty of room for everybody.
I think that's the ADA standard.
We'll blame all that on COVID and 6 foot of spacing,
Yep.
almost there. That's a joke.
We blame everything on COVID.
The only thing we're going to do a little different there is we're going to put some bump outs down by Plum Street for the stop signs to be able to be out a little bit farther.
Okay.
Okay.
And that
There's
helps
no
some
parking
with
in those areas anyway.
kids
So
crossing
far
and
back.
that. and-
Yep,
Yeah.
it's going to come down and then the road will narrow just a little bit. But it's not really, the transition's there anyway. We're just going to make it so we don't have to try to pile snow down there. We don't, the people that own the homes don't have to try to mow the grass in that area. Just concrete it and make it a little more feasible to work with. And then last but not least
Uh-oh.
is the last section of Deerfield.
Of the new subdivision.
New subdivision south of town. We're on the very last leg of the Whitetail Lane,
Whitetail Lane.
Wow.
which would be southeast corner.
Yeah, that'll take that road all the way in.
Yep,
So,
I call
okay.
that the dog leg kind of back there.
Yep.
That will be curbed and paved. No sidewalks there. Those are as the houses are being built. Since we don't know the layout of the houses, those sidewalks will go in. Those have rolled curbs, so you can put your driveway anywhere. So that's something that we've gone with is rolled curbs in areas where there are no housing going
yet.
up yet, because
Okay.
those are called mountable curbs, and then you can put your driveway wherever.
Okay.
So-
Sounds good.
Wow, that was very informative, Doug. You're so
You know, and I like to give credit to the guys that maybe a lot of people don't know this, but the whole Deerfield area out there, the utility guys, the workers of Argos, electric, street, water, sewer, everybody, they put all the infrastructure in. They put all the water lines in, all the sewer lines in, all the storm lines in.
And have to
Electric.
say that they saved us some money.
It saved a lot of money.
So
Yeah. We have a great
had
team here.
We had some help with Haskins Inc., I believe it is,
yep.
with Matt Haskins and his dad. They assisted us on a few things to keep us going in the right direction when we had questions and whatnot. But that's pretty good. We have a lot of people from a lot of towns ask, how do you guys get stuff like this done? And well, it's because your town workers don't just work for the area they're in; they work in all of them. And
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
so a few other things. Still do limb pickup. Try to do it every other Monday.
every
Or is it
every Monday,
Every Monday. And dumpables and that.
Dumpables, limbs.
Are we done? I know we've done it a little bit. Are we done with any leaf pickup for the spring?
I believe probably next week will probably be their last.
One.
The last
So if you
bringing
have
out
any
the
leaves,
leaf
you
truck.
gotta get raked out from
Yep.
last fall.
Yeah.
So
Now's the
then
time
after-
to do it.
We'll say after Monday, next Monday, the guys will start. Everything needs to be in dumpable containers after that.
Yep. Okay.
I do know that we are adding a leaf machine. That truck just left. We took a old bucket truck, recycled it. We're adding a one-man operation, kind of like the garbage trucks. You run it from the cab with the joystick, be able to suck leaves in all kinds of weather without having to be out there.
Wow.
Less back injuries, less leg injuries,
Yeah.
which is something we got plagued with a little bit in the last couple of years. We're all getting a little older, so
I don't blame you. So,
you know.
all right. Is there anything else you guys thought of today that we should?
I think so.
There is one more thing.
Uh-oh.
We will finish on this because this is important to us.
Yes.
I do want to say thank you to the clerk's office. This is what I'm going to say. We'll say national, but the Municipal Clerks Association. This is Clerks Week.
Whoa.
So we say thank you to
thanks
them.
for telling me.
Lisa Mullaney, our clerk, goes above and beyond. I know at
Yes.
times we get on each other's nerves, but she does a wonderful job, and we do want to say thank you. And in that
does.
office is Candy, who's been here longer than any of us,
Yes, she has.
Lori, and now Leslie. So that is a big thank you to them, just so everybody knows. But if nothing else, this is another episode of Inside Argos. I'm Mark Vanderwill.
I'm Leslie Williams.
I'm Doug Middleton.
Until next time.